Hello, my name is Anna Lamascalo and I co-direct the Women's Center here at Virginia Tech. And for about 16 years, I, along with my co-hosts that are on the screen here with me, have hosted a reception to welcome new women colleagues to the university. We are incredibly fortunate at Virginia Tech to work and learn a lot alongside so many phenomenal, talented, brilliant women. So every year in the fall, we host a reception where we can come together, meet one another, and start the process of developing our networks of colleagues and friends across the institution. Well, this is not a normal year, as we all know, so we have made the transition to this virtual environment because we didn't want to miss the opportunity to welcome our new women colleagues to the university. In this brief welcome video, we are going to introduce ourselves as the units that co-host this welcome. And I am here with Sharon Johnson from Women's and Gender Studies, with Monica Gibson from the Graduate School, Leslie Sullivan from the Faculty Affairs Team and Advanced VT, and Tamara Cherry Clark and Lou Jean Babb from the Women's Alliance and Caucus. I am going to get us started with the brief introductions of our areas. I do want to assure you that any unit or program or initiative that we talk about in our comments, we will make sure to provide documentation and links so that you can access all that information. So here we go. Again, I'm Anna Lamascalo and I co-direct the Women's Center. The Women's Center here at Virginia Tech reports to the Office of the Executive Vice President and Provost, which means we have the opportunity to serve all members of the Virginia Tech community, including faculty, staff, and students. Our Women's Center is 25 years old, and we have had a mission since our beginning of fostering a Virginia Tech community that is safe, equitable, and supportive for women, and that celebrates our experiences, achievements, and diversity. We function in a number of ways at our Women's Center. We have educational programming and outreach initiatives around women's and gender issues. We also engage in gender-based violence education and awareness. We provide support services and advocacy for all members of our community, especially those who are experiencing gender-based violence. And we also engage in institutional level advocacy to support all women at the university. Our hope is that you will see us as your Women's Center, no matter where you may be located geographically or how you may identify in terms of rank or role. You're part of the Virginia Tech community and we are your Women's Center. We invite you to reach out to us if there's a way that we can partner, whether that be through programs or projects, or of course, if you are in need of support or you have a colleague or a student in need, please know that we're here to support you. If you want to learn more information about our educational programming and outreach initiatives, as well as our support services, I encourage you to visit our website at www.womencenter.vt.edu. And we are also active on social media, including Facebook and Instagram. So with that brief introduction, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Sharon Johnson.
Oh, what happened? Sorry. Hello, I'm trying to get my video going. I'm Sharon Johnson, like Anna said, and I'm a professor of French in the Department of Modern and Classical Languages and Literatures, but today I'm addressing you as the Director of Women's and Gender Studies program at Virginia Tech. To find us, we are housed in the Department of Sociology. We are a small but wonderfully fierce program that can boast about having absolutely stellar teachers and researchers who are also fun and kind human beings. At the undergraduate level, we offer 2 minors, but we hope to soon have a major. And at the graduate level, a certificate and concentration. We attract MA and PhD students interested in writing their thesis or dissertation with a feminist methodology, or those wishing to focus on gender, sexuality, LGBTQ plus studies. Currently, we have about 52 minors and 20 graduate students. As new faculty members, if you work on gender, feminist issues, WGS questions or interrogations, you might want to consider sending me your CV to perhaps become an affiliate of WGS. You will find a kind and welcoming community for men and women. As for events that WGS sponsors, COVID-19 has interfered with many of them. We usually organize, such as a lovely annual welcome reception in September. We typically host 3 or 4 research dinners a semester where we gather to eat together and then hear the research of one of our colleagues. Our biannual international conference, Gender Bodies and Technologies, is being planned for next year if the virus contagion wanes. For students, we organize an annual conference at which undergraduates and graduates present their research. Happily, we will have one talk in our annual fall semester lecture series entitled Through Feminist Eyes. With Anna and the Women's Center, we organized 3 talks to present mostly to our students, but faculty and staff come as well. Our talk this semester is on Tuesday, November 10th from 7 to 8. The topic is Underreporting Violent Sexual Crime in Hungary, Elements of Decision-Making and Social Context. Many of us are active on campus and in our communities, speaking at and promoting Take Back the Night, or serving on the university committee on the Sexual Violence Prevention Council. This short presentation gives you a thumbnail sketch of what WGS does here on campus. Again, welcome to our community.
All right, I'm gonna just jump right in. On behalf of the graduate school, welcome. We hope that the services and resources we provide, with the services and resources we provide, you can find your home here and achieve your goals. We work primarily with graduate students and graduate programs, but we also collaborate with units across the university to support women and enrich your experience. Whether you end up using spaces in the Graduate Life Center, reserving the room, or access any of our public access rooms, or you participate in programs that the graduate school offers, or you join a graduate school student organization, or decide to participate in other programming or communities, or enroll your child in Little Hokie Hangout. We are here to support you, and we look forward to seeing you around. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tamara.
Hello, and welcome again. I am Tamara Cherry Clark, and I work in student affairs at Virginia Tech. You can often find me supporting initiatives on and off campus. And in 2018, I said yes to a leadership role and had the privilege and opportunity to serve as the chair for the Women's Alliance and Caucus. Women's Alliance and Caucus, in solidarity with other caucuses and other university community allies, provides the Virginia Tech community a forum to achieve shared goals and promote opportunities for represented groups, which include all identities by advancing dialogue among the Women's Alliance and the university community, campus services and programs that address the needs of women. We also work in supporting efforts to remove systemic barriers to advancement, address issues in equity in hiring, promotion, and compensation. There are opportunities that we develop and support in regards to mentoring and networking opportunities for women on campus. We have been recently addressing access to quality child care for university employees and students. But most importantly, we want to be sure that we're providing a positive and inclusive campus climate here at the university. And look to identify ways and resolutions of campus equity and safety issues. Lugene will talk a little bit about our upcoming initiatives for this year.
Hello and welcome again from the Women's Alliance. I'm very pleased to be able to say that I'm the current chair of the Executive Committee for the Women's Alliance, and thank you for setting the path for me tomorrow. I really appreciate that. I thought you might be interested in some of the priorities that we're looking at for this academic year, and hopefully they interest you and you want to become involved with us as well. We were recently afforded the opportunity to speak with President Sands and to share with him the priorities that we have that support the priorities of the university. We are looking this year to focus on a range of dependent care needs with the current COVID situation. Childcare is certainly important, but there are other dependent care needs also that we need to take a look at. And so we're expanding that just a little bit. Our workload concerns, the professional and personal life balance, and pathways to and the rate of advancement for women at VT. We're looking to continue to improve the culture of VT with regard to women and to create greater awareness of the Women's Alliance and its role in supporting these initiatives, particularly as many of these weigh more heavily on those who are women rather than our counterparts. So we're looking to do that and hope that if those interest you, you'll be in touch with us and to share, to help lend your voice to promoting those priorities. We usually have 2 membership meetings each semester, but as we mentioned before, COVID has just, changed things, but we still are looking forward to at least 1 membership event this semester. We do have a nominal membership due for active and voting members. It's just $5, and that can be payable at the events or through online. We'll be sharing some information about that on our website so that you can look there. We also host some special events and collaborative events with other caucuses and other entities across the university. And we partner for initiatives supporting our mission both in the institution and throughout the county and the state. If you want to know more about that, you can contact me directly at lbaab, LBAAB at vt.edu, or you can email the Women's Alliance, which is women'salliance@vt.edu, and we'll be back in touch with you. We look forward to some of you joining us. We hope most of you will join us and to working with you in the coming year. And again, welcome to all of you. And I will hand this over now to Leslie from Faculty Affairs.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sullivan. I'm a Faculty Affairs Coordinator in the Provost Office, and I work with Anna on initiatives that were started with the Advanced VT grant from NSF and have been a part of the fabric of our community since the end of the grant. To encourage a more equitable experience among faculty members, Advanced VT instituted some work-life policies like the extension of the tenure clock or modification of duties for personal or professional reasons. Some career support like the dual career office, retirement transition, and the work-life liaisons, and some personal support for lactation and childcare. Advanced VT also instituted the Future Faculty Program and the Advancing Diversity Program. The success of each of those programs continues with the Office for Diversity and Inclusion. In support of the Advanced mission, we also accept proposals for recruitment matching grants, recognize women who achieve promotion and tenure, and host leadership programs that afford opportunities for women faculty to come together to learn with and from one another, as well as network and forge relationships across the university. I want to welcome you to check out the Advanced VT website at advanced.vt.edu to learn about any of these policies and initiatives. And I'm glad to answer any questions that you might have about them. You can email me at leslie@vt.edu. And with that, I'll welcome Anna back.
Thank you, Leslie, and thank you all of you for taking the time to introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about your area. There's one more thing that I would like to plug before we wrap up this welcome video. I want to let you know that the Commonwealth of Virginia has one of the oldest and certainly one of the most robust women's networks called the Virginia Network. And the Virginia Network is connected to the national level ACE or American Council on Education. And the Virginia Network's goal is to promote the success and advancement of women leaders in higher education across the Commonwealth. Virginia Tech supports the Virginia Network through a group called VT Women Connect, and that is our local institutional level informal network. And we really use that as an opportunity to support Virginia Tech's professional women, forge opportunities for women to connect with one another, and also to share resources and information. About a year ago, VT Women Connect partnered with a couple of our IT professionals on campus to develop the VT Women Connect directory, which lives online. So we were about a year ahead of our time in terms of this pivot to the virtual world. But you can access the VT Women Connect directory with your Virginia Tech PID and password. And it's an opportunity to go in, create a profile on yourself, share a little bit of information, highlight your professional interests and expertise areas, as well as some of your personal interests and hobbies. By opting into the VT Women Connect directory, you are signaling to other women on campus your willingness to be contacted and your eagerness to engage with them. And on the flip side of that, it's an opportunity for you to go log into the directory and perhaps peruse through some of the entries, maybe do a search for a hobby that you're interested in, or a professional area of expertise that you would like to talk to someone or collaborate with someone around. And find those points of common interest that can prompt you to be able to reach out, make that connection, and start to build your network of colleagues and friends at Virginia Tech. That's what the welcome event, if we had been able to do it in person, would have been all about. And we do encourage you to use this virtual opportunity to get that started. As we said at the beginning, everything we've talked about during this welcome video, we will provide documentation and links to help you get connected, including a link to the VT Women Connect directory. So thanks again so much to my friends and colleagues on this call, to Lou Jean and Tamara, Monica, Sharon, and Leslie. I'm really eager to have the opportunity to see you all in person at the earliest possible chance. And then the 6 of us look forward to meeting you in person. But until that time, when we can meet face to face, we wish you a most wonderful fall semester. And again, welcome to Virginia Tech. Okay, bye.